bringing you up to speed minute by minute of that development and whenever the autopsy results are unfolded. Moving ahead now, the Eid-el-Kabir celebration revolves around love, sharing and sacrifice. And some families within the Federal Capital Territory are using this season to show love to one another.
Well, TVC News' Kemi Balogun spent time with the family in Abuja to see how the celebration brings them closer together.
About this new
Kai is writing a last-minute shopping list for the Eid-el-Kabir celebration. The list contains items that will be used for cooking during this festive period. She goes through the list with her husband Hamzat, who of course is equally excited about this celebration. For them, at times like this, the togetherness of family cannot be underestimated.
When you slaughter your ram, you're supposed to share it across family, friends, and most importantly, other Muslim brothers and sisters who cannot afford it, so that everyone would feast, irrespective of your social status.
It's a bonding time for us, and we also give out to the less privileged at this point in time. It's a very amazing time. It gives us family time because most of us are all busy doing one thing or the other, hustling and the rest. But that time is for family and bonding.
As the man of the house, he is mostly in charge of purchasing the ram that will be used for the Ileya sacrifice during the festivity.
When God ordered one of his prophets to use his first child for sacrifice, he didn't hesitate. So it also shows that level of commitment. But beyond that, it's highly spiritual, and it was a test from God.
To this little family, the significance of the celebration and the day is about showing love to everyone around them. Suleiman Ismail is the deputy imam at the Al-Bibia Mosque in the Guzape area of Abuja. He tells us a lot more about the significance of the Eid-el-Kabir celebration.
Those who have the means to slaughter their animal, they should share it into 3 parts, give one to their family, give one to the neighbors, and give one to the needy. The same thing with their food that they have. This is the period we know what the position of Nigeria now, that things are a bit difficult. So it is this time that we enjoy Muslims all over to share whatever little thing they have with other Muslims and other non-Muslims.
He uses the time to also call for peace among Nigerians during this Salah period. This Salah celebration is all about sacrifice, and many Muslims who celebrate today are simply happy to do so with their family and friends. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.
Joining me now is Islamic scholar Abdul Majid Adebayo. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning. What's the symbol of today in the whole Eid-el-Kabir celebration?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our Muslim brothers and sisters at home. Today is the second day of Eid-el-Kabir. Those of us that we have not killed our ram yesterday, we still have the opportunity to kill our ram today, even tomorrow. So anything after tomorrow is just sadaqah.
I see. Sadaqah meaning?
Means just giving alms to people.
Okay.
That one does not doesn't have the reward as if you make the normal sacrifice.
So that's the feast of sacrifice.
Exactly.
So what exactly is the lesson to learn from this feast of sacrifice? This insistence, it's not an insistence on ram per se,
exactly.
But what exactly is the lessons attached to it?
There are many lessons attached to this sacrifice. The first lesson is that you must have absolute faith in Allah, because this period, it is a lesson that Almighty Allah wants us to learn from the past prophet, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, because Almighty Allah showed to him in his dream that he must make a sacrifice of his son, his beloved son. Because Almighty Allah doesn't want any love for anything to be greater than the love for him. That is why Almighty Allah put him into a trial that go and make sacrifice of your son to me. So at the end of the day, Almighty Allah rescue him and let the people know that Ibrahim is an obedient servant of him.
I'm talking about this 3-day window that you just said now that, enables the Muslim faithful to make the feast of sacrifice, be it ram or whatever.
Yes.
Is it also because of the northern, western respect now for those living in the north and those of us living here in the west and in the south now? Is that also another reason why we are having this 3-day celebration?
No, the reason why we have this 3 days celebration is that those of us that cannot make it on the first day can do it the second day or the third day. So, and anybody that does it that day, it will be acceptable by Almighty Allah. At the same time, it is a time that we must exchange hand of benevolence to our neighbors, our relatives, even non-Muslim.
All right. Islamic scholar Abdul Majid Adebayo, we thank you for your insights and wish you happy Salah celebrations.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
President Muhammadu Buhari and his Guinean counterpart Alpha Conde joined other Muslims to celebrate the Eid-el-Kabir in Daura, Katsina State.
Well, both President and the state governor, Aminu Bello Masari, arrived at the Daura Central Eid prayer ground amidst heavy security. Hundreds of Muslim faithful and the Emir of Daura also attended the Eid prayer. After the prayers and sermon, both presidents slaughtered their rams to symbolize the commencement of the animal sacrifice.
Now, the 10th of Zulhijjah is among the most revered periods in the Islamic calendar when Muslims are expected to glorify the Almighty Allah in a special form of worship involving sacrifice of animals. Joining me now is an Islamic scholar, Abdul Majid Adebayo. It's nice to have you join me right now.
Thank you.
Now, there are two major salahs during the year.
Yeah.
The one that is done after fasting, and then the one now. But the one we have right now, what is most unique about this salah?
The most unique about this salah is that Almighty Allah wants us to know the sanctity of human life. That it's better for us to kill ram rather than to do sacrifice with human, because human soul is very, very sanctity in the sight of Allah. So we must keep away from all the sacrifice that involve human. Okay. So that is why Almighty Allah said that if anybody kill a soul, his reward is as if he has killed the whole creature.
All right.
So we must keep away from using human for idols.
Okay. Now, make us understand. Sometimes when we speak with some of our international friends, they tell us Eid Mubarak, and then here in Nigeria it's Eid-el-Kabir. And what's the difference?
Eid-el-Mubarak is that this celebration, may Almighty Allah put blessing on it.
Okay.
Eid-el-Kabir means the big celebration.
Okay. So it's just the choice of words, but they mean the same thing.
No, they are not the same thing. Eid-el-Kabir is a means of greeting.
Okay.
Eid-el-Kabir means we are celebrating big festival.
Okay.
But Eid-el-Mubarak is a way of greeting during the festival.
Okay.
That is, may God put blessing in this
like saying salam, and so on. Okay. Now, as we speak right now, there are some people in Hajj who perform the Hajj, and they are still there. Now, the process of performing the Hajj at this period of time, what is very significant about it?
The most significant about Hajj is that it shows that Almighty Allah is one. It's just a unity of human creation.
Okay.
That is, our God is one, and all the worshippers, they must come together as one body that serve only one God.
Okay.
Moreover, it serves as a sign of unity among human race. That is, God is one and is a unified one, and what every worshipper to be in unity.
That's that's entire humanity.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you very much, Abdulmojid Adebayo, for coming on the program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right, moving on now, President Muhammadu Buhari and his Guinean counterpart Alpha Conde have joined other Muslims to celebrate the Eid-el-Kabir in Daura, Katsina State.
The two presidents and the state governor, Hamidu Bello Masari, arrived at Daura Central Eid prayer ground amidst heavy security. Hundreds of Muslim faithful in the Emir of Daura also attended the Eid prayer. After the prayers and the sermon, the two presidents slaughtered their rams to symbolize the commencement of the animal sacrifice.
Well, the 10th of Zulhijjah is among the most revered periods in the Islamic calendar, and this is when Muslims are expected to glorify Allah in a special form of worship involving sacrifice of animals. Well, let's get fresh perspective to the 2019 Eid-el-Kabir celebrations. With me now is Islamic scholar Abdulmojid Adebayo. It's good to have you on the program this morning. Talking about this year's celebration, what is there to celebrate, especially when you rate the celebrations this year with previous ones?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This year's celebration is very okay, but most people, they are complaining about their financial outstanding. So, but Alhamdulillah, it's still very okay.
So how do you respond to these concerns? Because yes, bills have to be paid, children are going back to school and all that. So what traditions do Muslims hold on to in this season? And what traditions can one, do away with that? It's not necessary, but this one is necessary. What would you advise?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. For those of us that cannot afford to kill ram, it is not necessary that we should go and borrow money because of this celebration. You should not do more than your capacity, because Almighty Allah does not want to burden anybody with what you don't have. The most essential thing is that your intention of doing it. If you have good intention and you are not capable to do it, God will reward you. But you should not bother yourself because you want to make sacrifice and you go and borrow money. At the end of the day, they will be troubling you to pay the money back. So it's better you do as what you can afford this present.
Let's look at the country, though. A lot is happening, a lot have been said, but above all, there's a sue for peace. Let's toe the line of peace. Even within the Muslim fold now, we are seeing like the IMN made the news all this while now. Now we've had the new reports that the leader would be released. What do you have to say about this incitement, quote and unquote, within the country, threatening our peace?
Okay, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Islam means peace. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said that al-Muslim man sallim al-Muslimuna bi yadihi wa lisanihi. That is, a Muslim is somebody that extends the hand of peace to other fellow human beings, be it Muslim or non-Muslim. So, Islam means peace. We must try to establish peace with our neighbors and in the country as a whole. Moreover, in the case of security, we must believe that human soul or human blood is sanctity. So we must not do anything that will affect our fellow human being. So we must try to make peace between ourselves, because if there is no peace, there's no way we can forge ahead.
All right, we look forward to a nation where peace and development truly thrives. Islamic scholar Abdulmojid Adebayo, Bakadesala to you once again. Thank you.